That's why so far, every new technology has created more jobs than they've destroyed. But the question with AI isn't, are there going to be new jobs? It's, who's going to capture the upside when this happens? And why 5 years specifically? Well, AI adoption is happening faster than any major technology shift we've ever seen. And once it becomes standard within companies, the early mover advantage that you have right now is going to completely disappear. So in terms of what you could do about this today, here's what I recommend. First, learn new skills. Here's the reality. It's estimated that half of all workers will need significant reskilling by the end of this decade to stay relevant. In addition to that, learn how to use AI to increase your own productivity. Even a basic level understanding is going to have such a huge compounding effect on the rest of your career. And at this point, literally everything you could ever need to know is already free online instantaneously in just a few clicks. Second, diversify your income. I personally believe that micro-entrepreneurship is going to skyrocket by 2030. And that's the idea, that you could have a solo entrepreneur who's working from home around their own schedule, who could make a consistent income doing something within a very niche market. The purpose of that is just to lead to third, convert income to ownership. Look, throughout every past disruption, workers who invested and created ownership pulled ahead. Those who stayed wage only fell behind. This means it's worth it to diversify across index funds, stocks, and real estate, have equity in a business, take ownership in something that you control yourself, or invest in precious metals if the price makes sense. Ideally, AI should be for the purpose of boosting income for the sake of investing more, not necessarily to get more done. But at the same token, number 4, you should also always reduce unnecessary expenses. Throughout history, the people who had the most problems were those with high fixed expenses, high debt, and no margin of error whatsoever. That's why if you're a few paychecks from everything falling apart, it's worthwhile to cut everything you don't need, track your expenses, save a 3 to 6 month emergency fund, and just have something to fall back on just in case. From there, finally, 5th, practice deep focus. Surprisingly, this is the first time I've ever mentioned focus being a priority. But these days, it just seems like a bit of a rarity. I hate to say it, but if you have the ability to sit in a room undistracted for 4 hours without your phone, you're probably ahead of 99.9% of people out there. Combine that with showing up on time, being attentive, and constantly learning, and all of a sudden, it's easy to get ahead of practically everyone else on the planet. However, I will admit, this still isn't the entire picture, and in terms of what else you need to be able to make all of this work, here's what you have to keep in mind.